Hello, am I live? Okay, I think I'm live now. Okay, well, hello again. Uh, we are certainly okay. That's better. Okay, so we're certainly getting better with the technical stuff here, with setting up restream and doing all that. So I promised myself that I was going to do this one video a day for 30 days, and yeah. I actually I don't have a lot of time. I have maybe about 6 or 7 or 10 minutes or so, but this first one is going to be quick. Really, where I think a good place to start, with these videos is the current stance of the market. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of concern. There are a lot of people that are panicking about the real estate market crashing. There's a lot of people. I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm on YouTube a lot. So the real estate people, well, they're not really real estate people. The content creators that like to spread panic about real estate, um, well, it's just there's a lot of nonsense, So not to say that we're 100% in the clear, although I believe that we are, but that's more opinion, less fact based. So I figured a good place to start with our little conversations here is just checking out um, exactly. Can I make this bigger? There we go. Just checking out exactly where things stand. So I'm here in the Miami market, which is my primary market for as a real estate agent, and for on the mortgage side, I can go statewide, of course. And then as an investor, most of the stuff that I do is here and in on the other coast in the Fort Myers area. So let's take a look. Now, the first thing that pops up, closed sales, number of closed sales is down. It is down a little bit, but at the same time, the median sale price is actually up, which that really surprised me. That the fact that the fact that the sales price is still rising. Interest rates doubled, and I got back into real estate as a mortgage guy the month that real estate that interest rates doubled. Um, it's been a tricky thing because I'm a refinance guy from the old school, so I don't know, like it just took me refiguring everything out, but I like doing research and that sort of thing, so I really didn't mind it too much. But initially prices were dropping. Oh, no, but more about interest rates doubling. So I came back, and I know that with me in real estate, this is the rest of my life. I love working deals. I like the complexity of it. I like the fact that I can work the numbers as far as on the mortgage side. Plus, I'm a pretty decent negotiator just due to experience and sending out a lot of offers and that sort of thing. So I just really like the combination of responsibilities that I have now. But when I first came back, interest rates had just doubled. Now, what happens when interest rates double? A lot of people think, well, if interest rates double, my payment's going to double. And that's not necessarily the case for most people, unless you have like a lot of free cash flow. Your payment didn't necessarily double. What the way it affected most people is that what they could afford got cut in half. So take a market like Miami. If you were looking at a $400,000 house, and that's the maximum that you could qualify for, and you wanted a single family residence, a lot of families want a single family residence. They want an actual house. That some people like condos. I'm a condo guy, but not everybody likes condos. Um, so what happened is not that prospective client, their interest rate didn't double. What they can afford got cut in half. And then here in the Miami market, if you go from 400 to 200, you go from house to definitely a condo. So when I first got back in and I started, I was originating here in the Dade and Broward market. Um, and what I was hearing from a lot of people is that, well, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to hang out. We're just going to see what happens. And the only thing that I was thinking was like, you know what? You should wait because God knows what's going to happen. And I was really uncertain. I was thinking that with a lot of people's budget being cut in half, and the fact that they're just paying more than they used to be, that the market was going to, there was a fair shot that everything was just going to drop, and that has not been the case. A lot of people predicted a correction. That correction has not come, and I don't believe that it's going to come, at least not in a significant level. Um, and we can see here, we're still, interest rates have actually gone up the last couple of weeks. I think the average interest rate as published by Google, this is not an interest rate quote. I'm coming to you as a real estate agent right now. But the average interest rate is pretty close to 8% now, 7.4 if you're over 740. This is according to Google, 7.9. Google has it at 7.9 if you're like in the 700 range. So, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. In any case, where we're at now, number of actual closed sales are down 12%, as you can see. Median price range, or the median sale price, is actually up 10%, which again I was very surprised by, or a little bit surprised by. There is a lot more inventory on the market now, as you can see, 26% increase with 12,841 active listings in the Tri-County area. And the dollar volume up 3.5 billion. New listings up. There's more new listings, so it's an 8% increase in listings, and the number of pending sales. So pending sales and closed sales are down. But I think there's a fair chance that could, especially with all these new listings coming on board. Certainly, there were a lot of people that were standing on the sidelines. I feel like those people are are getting off the sidelines and actually starting to actively look around. Now, if the published reports are correct, and if what the Fed is saying actually comes to be, I think that there could be a spike, a noticeable spike in activity, if and when interest rates drops. Now, I've heard all sorts of things. They're predicting 4 interest rates drops, but I think after the first, if there's a significant one, I think that a lot of people are going to get off the sidelines, because there are a lot of people that are renting, especially with rental prices where they are now. A lot of people that are renting that can afford a home, that can qualify, but they just choose to sort of wait and see what happens. Now, one thing that definitely is not going to happen, and this is a closing statement because it's 2:46. I have a meeting in North Bay Village. I'm going to go to this place. It's called Norman's, right? Norman's Tavern. And back in the day, I used to go there to watch football games. I used to have my Chiefs. I've been a Chiefs fan since before it was cool. When I was the only guy at the bar screaming like a lunatic at the TV. And they have the most amazing bacon blue cheese burger. So I'm going to go get one because I haven't had one in a long time, very long time. So I'm going to go get one of those, which, of course, is the main point of this conversation that we're having. All right. So one thing that definitely is not going to happen, and this one really drives me insane, because people that call themselves real estate experts and blah blah blah. 2008, and the way that everything crashed after 2008, it is. I mean, nothing is impossible, but that is as close as you can get to impossible, considering the real estate market. Now, of course, unforeseen circumstances. I'm sure nobody saw COVID coming, so something like that. But it's just. If I were a betting man, I would go all in on 2008. Definitely not happening again now. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to explain to you exactly why. And coming from the mortgage industry, both back then and now. Okay, so interest rates are high. Interest rates are not high. My argument is that interest rates are normal. If you look at the historical interest rate average since the beginning of it being recorded, the average interest rate is about 6.78%. 8%, I think, if you take the all-time interest rates. Right now, we are a little above that. So interest rates are a little high, little over the average. But I would argue that it's more normal to have interest rates where they are now instead of having them at damn near 0%. You know, having interest rates near 0%, while it's really cool for all the home buyers and all these people that could buy, $400,000 house with $1,500 a month or whatever, it's not sustainable. It's not realistic. There's also, please remember, the elderly, the retired, people who want really safe investments that are putting them in CDs now, or even if you're a retiree, yeah, you're paying more for that. You're paying more for your mortgage, but you're getting a much bigger return from the lenders. For all those years that interest rates were really low, you put money in a CD, you were getting below 1%. Now that's up to probably I think 5 or 6% that you can get just by parking your money. If you have some extra cash, you can park your money, get 5-6% a year, which is well, it's much higher than 1%. That's for sure. But really, what has happened is after the reforms, the mortgage reforms, in terms of how people qualify and how people get approved, everything is now income driven, to an extent that even though, well, to the extent that mortgage delinquencies are at near all-time lows, because they did go up, I think, month over month. Either last month, I don't know, in the last 3 months, there was a month there that they went up like 10 to 13%, but they went up 10 to 13% from all-time lows. So mortgage delinquencies are very, very close to all-time lows. Okay, the people that are in homes, for the great majority of people that own homes now, can definitely afford it. And I see it from my end, because everything, when you're qualifying somebody for a mortgage, everything is income driven. If you're not making the money and that money can't be verified, then you're just not getting a loan. Of course, unless it's something like hard money, something asset based, which is a different animal, and typically for real estate investors. But for conventional, traditional financing, even non-QM loans. So what used to be what they used to call subprime, stated loan. You go stated, you don't have to prove income, you don't have to prove assets, you don't have to show anything. You just have to have a heartbeat and a credit score over 680. You would have been able to get 100% financing. That's in the past. Now, even the new style of subprime financing, which is referred to as non-QM. So it's still based off of income. So now, instead of just because you have a credit score, you get a loan, you really actually have to prove income. You have to prove income. So what used to be subprime, that's now called non-QM, what they give you is alternative ways to prove income. So instead of showing tax returns, you can show bank statements. Instead of showing tax returns, you can show just the 1099. Or there's even a program where you can have a prepared financial statement by a CPA. There's another one where if you're recently retired and you have a bunch of money in the bank, if you have, like, let's say the mortgage payment is $3,000 a month, if you have 3 or 4 years of mortgage payments in liquid assets, then you could potentially get some sort of an approval. So everything is still based off of income. It's still is now based off of income, based off of asset, being on the prime or the subprime level, with the only exception really being asset-based financing. Being asset-based financing, which is hard money, that's typically in the low to mid double digits, very expensive, and again, typically reserved for real estate investors, or sometimes in cases of emergency situations. So if somebody's going to lose the house, then they can come in with a hard money loan. But those types of loans are pretty rare, especially on the retail side. So yeah, the market is a lot healthier than I feel a lot of people think that it is. Although, especially seeing the increase in activity, looks like people are sort of waking up to the fact. Now, of course, I'm talking specifically about the South Florida market. all over Florida. I feel, and we're going to go through more and more counties and cities and all that. And this is only, oh, one big disclosure. This is only for single family homes. The picture looks different in the condo market, and these numbers look different in the condo market. So we are going to discuss that at some point. But for right now, I got to go get my burger. So yeah, look, hey, quick video. I appreciate you guys watching. Um, I have this thing. I don't know what it is about the whole ask to like and subscribe, because I watch a lot of you. It just drives me insane. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. So I'll get there eventually. I got to get through the mental block of that. But in any case, all right. Well, I gotta go. I got a bunch of stuff to do. People to call, people to see, and oh God, I gotta work on this thing. Yeah, I got really obsessed with the AI stuff. So now I got a phone. I got a phone. Hey, you should call and talk to my AI. It's pretty cool. 954-420-8837. Call, have a conversation with Camilla. I named my AI Camilla. But everybody hangs up on her. I'm putting out a little bit of marketing and generating phone calls, and people just hang up on her. I don't know. I don't know, but I hang up on the AI bots too. But it makes me feel cool working on it with my own hands and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna change some of the prompts to try and make her a little bit more engaging. I'm gonna switch over from right now. I think I'm using Anthropic, the Anthropic or the new Anthropic model. Which it's good, it's accurate, especially when reading the instructions, because it's very good at it's very good at finding details. So if you use like the open source Mistral 7B, which it's a great open source model, but what ends up happening if you give it long instructions, anything down towards the bottom, it completely misses out on. But it can be faster. So I'm thinking this Llama 3 model that Facebook just dropped this past week, I think that's going to be better mixed in with Grok, Grok, which has the fastest inference speed of anything out there. So I think Llama 3 with the Grok API, and I mean, this thing is going to be amazing. I just don't know. I don't think Llama 3 is available on Grok just yet. Anyways, real estate. Bam! There it is. Video 1. We are done. And I'm going to go get my bacon blue burger from Norman's Tavern in Normandy Bay Island. Anyway, Miami Beach, bro. We go to the beach. That's where we roll. All right, guys. Have a good one.